What if betrayal, emotional withdrawal, or abandonment by women wasn't a conscious decision, but a manifestation of unconscious programming? This provocative theory draws heavily from Sigmund Freud's radical psychoanalysis, challenging modern assumptions about female autonomy and self-awareness. Freud's controversial insights, buried for decades, suggest that women are not always in control of their behaviors, because they are often at the mercy of unconscious forces rooted in biology, instinct, and childhood imprinting. The illusion of free will at the core of Freud's theory is the idea that the vast majority of human behavior, up to 90%, is not directed by conscious choice but by the unconscious mind. For women, Freud believed this influence is even more pronounced. In his 1925 paper, Some Psychical Consequences of the Anatomical Distinction Between the Sexes, he suggested that while men are guided by guilt, internal moral compass, women are governed by shame, external social judgment. This makes their behavior more attuned to survival in social dynamics than internal principle. This premise reframes many common relationship dynamics. The woman who professes loyalty and then vanishes without warning may not be lying, she may be acting out unconscious drives she herself doesn't understand. Emotional manipulation in the hysterical mind. Freud's early cases, such as Anna O and Dora, revealed patterns of behavior now considered taboo to discuss. That some female psychological symptoms, like hysteria or emotional withdrawal, are not just mental illnesses but mechanisms of subconscious manipulation. When these women were denied agency or forced into difficult roles, their unconscious redirected their emotional pain not at the source, but at convenient targets, often the men trying to help them. Freud coined the term hysterical cognition to describe this ability to emotionally rewrite history. Women, he believed, did not always lie consciously. Rather, their unconscious reshaped memories and motivations to protect them from shame or emotional pain. The mother complex and repetition of trauma. For men, Freud introduced the mother complex, the idea that men often recreate their maternal relationships in their adult romantic lives. If a man was emotionally manipulated or guilted by his mother, he may unconsciously seek out women who do the same. Women, on the other hand, may not even realize their betrayals are echoes of an internal battle they're losing. Biology overrides intention. Freud's theories are supported today by modern studies. A woman's mood, desire, and behavior can dramatically change based on her menstrual cycle, without her conscious awareness. Ovulation may make her seek dominant men, while menstruation might make her irritable and dismissive. Ancient societies like Sparta recognized this, managing rather than blaming female volatility. Freud believed women's love is never unconditional. Even the most nurturing mother harbors resentment toward her son, knowing he will one day leave her. This sense of inevitable loss programs women from an early age to maximize emotional and material gain while maintaining plausible deniability. The three-phase pattern. Many men experience what Freud outlined as a predictable three-phase cycle in romantic relationships. 1. Idealization. She mirrors his values, laughs at his jokes, and seems perfect. 2. Testing. She withdraws affection, picks fights, and gauges his reactions. 3. Discard. When he fails the tests or shows weakness, she detaches emotionally and exits. This isn't random cruelty, it's survival instinct shaped by millennia of evolution. Freud argued that women evolved to secure resources, reproduce with dominant males, and eliminate unworthy mates. Modern dating merely repackages this instinct. Dual female sexuality and the trauma bond. Freud introduced the concept of dual female sexuality, the Madonna, nurturing, loving, socially acceptable, and the animal, primal, amoral, hidden. This explains why women who publicly champion equality may privately crave dominance or even danger. They may hate themselves for desiring toxic partners, but biology often overrides intellect. Women, Freud observed, don't fall in love with men. They fall in love with feelings. Stability may feel suffocating compared to the dopamine rush of chaos and unpredictability. This helps explain the trauma bond. When a woman becomes addicted to the emotional highs and lows of an unhealthy relationship, often rejecting more stable, kind partners. The forbidden solution. Freud's unpublished letters hint at solutions not taught in therapy. Law of paradoxical intent. The more you pursue her, the less she wants you. Power of the unsaid. Women respond to mystery more than explanation. Shadow self strategy. A woman wants a man who can see her dark side and not flinch. This isn't about manipulating women, it's about understanding them deeply enough to protect oneself emotionally. Freud believed that to survive love, men must relinquish their idealistic hopes of unconditional acceptance. Instead, they must learn the rules of a game that isn't fair but is real. Conclusion. Play your game. Freud's ultimate warning was that romantic failure often comes not from a lack of effort, but from misunderstanding the forces at play. Women, too, are victims, trapped between their conscious desires and unconscious programming. But men who navigate love blindly, assuming fairness and transparency, are most often broken by it. Freud's last, perhaps most painful insight: the only way to win is to stop playing their game and start playing yours.